Ladies and gentlemen, fellow black people, wherever you are, I don't prefer to call you Africans because that is a name that was given to us by strangers when they thought they had conquered the children of God. So I will call you fellow black people. Nyithind jorotenge kata jorotenge duto wherever you are. Black man, in the original language God spoke with man when he created man, was the Luo. The Luo draws from the Achol, and Achol therefore is the original language. Now, last time I was speaking about the Lord's Prayer and why the black man needs not to recite the Lord's Prayer. And I had indicated that on the sixth day of creation, when Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga had gone to the heavens with Olo, the creation, the male creation of the two creations he made, looking exactly like him, to heaven, he had assembled heavenly hosts and had instructed them to worship the black creation or creature, creation that he had gone to heavens with. When those heavenly beings refused to worship the black being, creation to whom God had conferred all his powers, including that of creation, and from whom, as Nyasaye instructed them, the heavenly beings were to draw names. They were thrown down, and as they were thrown down to the land of darkness, hell, they prayed, "Our Father who art in heaven," because they were no longer in heaven, they were dropping down to the land of darkness. "Hallowed be thy name." They had profaned the name of God. Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga. And so they were pleading and glorifying him. "Thy kingdom come." Of course, there is no better kingdom than that established by Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga. And that is why you will see why the black man prospered when we maintained our traditional kingship that was ordained by God, installed on Ulo Kwarwa by Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga, and then transferred to Chiel Kwarwa. So they did not have any kingdom, and so as they were descending, they did not know where they were going. And of course, the leadership of Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga was always the best. "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Whether they call it earth or whatever we call it, Piny, but the Piny that they were going to was called Piny Puothmudho, that is the guardian of darkness. They even asked for their daily bread because they did not know where they were going to draw their food from. They asked for forgiveness, to be forgiven their trespasses. They had, of course, trespassed against God by trying to worship Obel and rejecting to worship Ulo, to whom and on whom God had conferred all his powers. Now, you must remember that black people, wherever they are, must not recite that prayer. When you recite that prayer, it is like you are calling upon curses upon yourself. And, of course, Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga cannot listen to such prayer because it doesn't belong to you. It does not truly reflect you. You did not do all those things that you are now claiming you did. You did not do the sins. You did not commit the sins, and you are not part. You are just being recruited into it by the devil, who is not happy with you. So the devil is trying to lure you into their sin, into their bandwagon of sin, so that instead of reciting the right prayers, saying the right prayers to Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga, you falsify prayer and you present to Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga. He can't listen. And of course, your prayers must go to Nyasaye Obongwere Nyakalaga through your ancestors, who also passed their prayers through Ondeto, the son of Obongwere Nyakalaga, that is the Olo reincarnate. So in the first instance, when you recite the Lord's Prayer, even your ancestors get ashamed of you and they stand aside, because the prayer that you are reciting, the claims that you are making, or the blames that you are owning up to, do not reflect you, and of course that prayer goes into vain. So on the seventh day, God rested, remained with the Lord in heaven, taught him how to run God's kingdom on earth. And so